Oh, wow. Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? Back with a Saturday Night Live review. I haven't done one. Well, for this new season, I haven't done one. I want to hang with John. We played D&D on Roll20. And this is Saturday Night Live after Joe Biden was declared the winner of the election, the new president. He was declared new president. So whenever it opened up with CNN, I knew it was going to be a gloat fest, probably. I know. I mean, and as far as politics go, I try to stay right down the middle and not be impartial. I mean, I try to say let the comedy do the talking if it's funny or not. Now, I actually go against that a little bit later on in the video, but that'll be further on the video. It started off with CNN, and then not funny. Then they said that Joe Biden's been declared the winner, and then the crowd was going to erupt. And then they had Jim Carrey come out. Jim Carrey's doing pretty good as Joe Biden. But it's just talking about, it's just like they were doing an acceptance speech again. They had Maya Rudolph, I'm sure, was happy she gets another gig playing Kamala Harris, just saying, like, and it wasn't that funny saying she's drunk. And your mother's happy because she's drunk. And Dan, that wasn't funny. And then they had, they talked, Alec Baldwin playing President Trump, and he said he's giving his speech. And that really wasn't funny. Then he goes over the piano, reminiscent of whenever Trump won 2016. I think they had like the Kate McKinnon did the Hillary Clinton character playing the piano, singing songs at the beginning of the show. It was very somber. This one's more celebratory, but I mean, he started singing Macho Man, which I thought was kind of funny. And then they ended up with Jim Carrey saying, like, well, I'm not meaning to gloat, but I'm the winner and you're the... He did, like, the Ace Ventura thing, which I thought was funny. It wasn't that good. It mostly gloat fest. I give it a very mild 6 out of 10. Next, and also Dave Chappelle's hosting a show. I said last time he was really funny. And then also Foo Fighters, a musical guest. Now, it starts with a monologue, Dave Chappelle, and it went long. I don't know how long the monologue went. And, just like the Netflix specials, people say it was too offensive or stuff like that. It wasn't just, well, he went very dark, not because he's black, but he went dark humor. It wasn't just anti-white, it was anti-everything. And the delivery was brilliant. I mean, he's what I call equal opportunity offender. I mean, if you're like, get offended by humor anyways. I mean, but, he went deep and hard in the humor department. But it was all the delivery. It was all delivery, and it was very intelligent, and it was brilliant. It was a brilliant monologue. I really liked it. It was a 10 out of 10. That was one of the best monologues. But controversial. If you get, hopefully, he said Lauren Michael thought we were doing a comedy show here. Because there were people who were groaning and stuff like that, saying it was too offensive for the crowd, for the most part, But I like it. It was great. But it's cool seeing it like that, because I don't know if in reruns or something like that, they might edit it. You never know. Next was Dave Chappelle. I mean, he did an intro to a sketch about, like, a couple of people losing their jobs. And it was Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben, which I thought was kind of funny. And then Uncle Ben, Kenan Thompson played Uncle Ben really well. He did it silly, which was funny. And then they had what about the All-State guy, Dennis Haysbert or Dennis Cuthbert, I believe his name is. And they had Dave Chappelle speaking deep, and he started laughing. And they say, hey, what about firing Count Chocula? And Count Chocula, and that was really funny. Pete Davidson played, and they were laughing, cracking up. And that was a great skit. It was really funny. I give it a 9 out of 10. It was really good. Next was Nintendo 35 years later, talking about Mario Brothers. And just like the memories and stuff like that. And then they talked about these two guys that riding their bikes, and one guy fell on the handlebars. He ruptured himself really bad. And he talked about it. Some of that was really painful, and they really went to overkill on that. And then they showed, like, how he pees, and they showed him, like, a plank picture of him on it. That was really funny. It started out funny, but it got kind of painful, as a guy hearing it. And then the planking thing about it peeing was really funny. I give that a mild 7 out of 10. Next was something called "Take Me Back." Like a movie type clip of like this girl like accepting this guy's apology. Well, I'm sorry I did this, and it was. This is where like comedy really shines if it's written well and it's delivered well. Just like what I said, the monologue was. It was done in a way. It was really, really funny and really, really brilliant. I don't want to give it away, but it was really good. One of the high points of the show, along with the monologue, that was the town. 10 was perfect. 'Cause I didn't think I didn't think it was going to be. I didn't have high hopes for it when I first started watching it, but no, it was perfect. It was really good. Next were the Foo Fighters singing, and it was a good song. It was a good rock song. I give it a 7 out of 10. Foo Fighters are pretty cool. Next was Weekend Update. I figured it was going to be a gloat fest about him losing and stuff. Trump losing. And this is why I'm going to be a little impartial like this. I mean, they were talking about like people around the world celebrating and stuff like that. So you got to be pretty bad if they're celebrating that you lost. And then they showed like they had him insulting John McCain. And then they mentioned him insulting Erie, PA. And, I mean, Pennsylvania was a very important state for him to win. I mean, that was a very important state. And then he goes to rally in Erie, Pennsylvania, insults Erie, Pennsylvania. You dummy, you get what you deserve. There. That's being impartial. Now go back to regular stuff. But mostly it was a gloat fest. And then they had Rudy Giuliani come on there. And it started out kind of funny and silly. And then it kind of just, I don't know, just fizzled out. I give that a mild 5 out of 10. Next was, they did 2 news segments after that. Next one was like a thing of News 5 from Albany. They talk about like this hailstorm that happened in a quaint little town. And they talk about people who react to the hailstorm. They interviewed 3 different people. And then the one person was worked at this one place, and the other person, and then they said that they started kissing and stuff like that, and it just was kind of lame. That was a 2 out of 10. That was probably the weakest thing. Yeah, it was the weakest thing on the whole show. Next was DC Morning, another news show, talking about Trump losing, and then they had like news footage. Now this, I mean, and they showed like the O.J. Simpson chase with a white Ford Bronco and stuff like that. I mean, it's a funny idea, and it was kind of funny, but it was just very lazy. But, I mean, it was funny enough to give it a 5 out of 10. And next were the Foo Fighters singing again. Like I said, his monologue went long. I don't know how long the monologue was. I mean, and then the Foo Fighters singing, it started out slow. But very good singing, though. He's a good singer. I like him. And then it went into a more rock type thing with more emotion. So it was pretty good. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. Now, as far as the whole show was, I thought Dave Chappelle was on last time. I mean, it started strong and it ended strong. This one, first half was pretty good until about Weekend Update. And then it kind of fizzled out. But, let me head this up. I give it a 7 out of 10 for Dave Chappelle hosting SNL this time. They had some funnier skits last time, but I mean, it was decent. So I hope you liked this video. Till next time, please take care, my legion.